Hello, and welcome to another chair yoga video. I'm Nina G. I am so glad that you decided to join me today. Our focus today is on ease and grace, and these two qualities can help us move through our lives effortlessly. We're going to slow down the breath, we'll focus on the movements, and hopefully we'll shift that nervous system a little bit closer to a sense of calm. You'll need your chair, maybe something to connect your feet to the floor with. I like using my yoga blocks. And we will get started back there. But before I go to sit down, I want to show you our mudra today. It's called Dvimukha Mudra, the gesture of two faces. I was thinking ease and grace. And we're going to bring our pinky and our ring fingers to touch. The other fingers are just going to rest there. You can let that rest on your lap. I'll show you when I go back to sit down. So a mudra, just a gesture with the hands, and this one ties into our ease and grace. Please join me. I've made it back to my chair. I can bring my pinky and ring fingers together in that Dvimukha Mudra. I forgot to tell you, the core quality of this mudra is deep relaxation. So we'll connect our feet directly to the floor or to something else so that your feet aren't dangling there. You could roll up a blanket, a book, whatever you need. Let those hands rest in your lap. Let the shoulders come down from your ears and arrive here. The invitation is to soften or close your eyes. Tune into your breath. Notice any place that you can find ease in your breath right now. See if you can slow it down, smooth it out. And then take a moment to check in with how your physical body feels today. What's going on? As a reminder, please don't do anything that hurts. That's not what this yoga class is all about. And then check in with the chatter in your mind. Is there a lot going on today? Or are things relatively calm? Just notice. Bring your attention back to your breath. And then we're going to release that mudra. You could twinkle those fingers a little bit and stack the hands at heart center, taking a moment to set an intention for this class. And it might be this idea of ease and grace, or it might be anything else that's important to you today. And then we'll release those hands back down to the lap. We'll blink open the eyes if they're still closed. And we're going to move to the edge of our chair. So carefully connecting your feet directly to the floor if they were on something else. Yeah. And sitting up tall, finding that inner lift of the spine. Yeah. Bring the hands to the lap. Palms are down on your lap. Let's take our shoulders all the way up to the ears. How often do we do this without thinking about it, right? Bring them up as high as you can. Yeah, higher if possible. Take a breath in. And now very slowly sigh it out. And let those shoulders come down slowly. You might take a few breaths. One more. And if you think your shoulders are as low as they can go, see if you can find some more room. Yeah. And now we'll take them all the way back up. Take them back up. Notice that tension in the head and neck. Yeah, and the shoulders. Take a breath in. Let those shoulders go down as far as they can. And when you think they're as low as they can go, see if you can find any more space. Take a breath here. Find a little ease here. And then take it all the way back up. last time. Take a breath in. Oh, we've got all this tension, 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 and then let those shoulders come down. Give yourself some space for the neck and for the ears. Check in with how you feel already. Okay, and then we're going to interlace our fingers. Just interlace your fingers gently, gently. It's not a real tight squeeze, just a gentle grip. And we're going to make some lazy figure eights here, bringing some motion into wrists. So lazy figure eights could also be called infinity signs. No hurry, just an easy movement. See if you can find a little graceful movement in here. And then maybe reverse and let those lazy figure eights go the other way. Okay, pause. What if you change the way your fingers are interlaced? So the non-habitual thumb is on top, the weird way. Try it again. You might have to think a little bit. And so I have some movement in my wrists, a little bit into the arms and the upper back. Not a lot yet. Not a lot yet. Just taking it easy. Maybe reverse that figure eight if you can. Might require a little bit of thinking again. And then pause again. Pause in the center. Undo the fingers. You can sparkle them a little bit. Interlace whatever the normal way is for you, whatever the normal way is. Let's remember that our feet are connected to the floor. Our sitting bones are connected to the chair. Yeah, and we're sitting up tall. And now what if we make that bigger and make it a little bit more of a twist in that upper back? You can lift up the elbows and let them do a little bit of the work as well. Bringing some motion into that upper back. And you see I have one elbow going forward and the other. And what if I go the other way then and let one elbow go back and the other go back? Feels pretty good. Now, what if we pause in the center and flatten out those fingers? They're still interlaced, but I've got them flatter, and I can do a little disco move here with my wrists. Yeah. Bringing some easy fluid movement into the hands and wrists. Arms are moving. And then pause and shake out those hands. Take a breath here. Notice the sensations in the fingers, wrists, arms, maybe a little tingling, a little energy. And then we're going to take our arms to cactus. Take them to cactus. Perhaps lift the chin a little bit. Look up. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, bring those forearms forward. Drop the chin to your chest. So we're rounding that upper back. Inhale. Open, look up. A little bit of an arch. And when we exhale, we'll drop the chin, a little bit of a round. So it's almost like cow and cat, but we're using our arms as well. Let's take 2 more breaths like this. Finding some ease here. Opening as far as is comfortable for you. And then bring forearms together. Drop your chin. Let the back of the neck get long. And then we're going to open those elbows again. Maybe look up. And float those arms back down by your side. Let them rest in your lap. We're going to take our feet out a little bit. A slightly wider stance. Just a little bit wider. So if my hips are here, my feet are out a little bit. My toes and my knees are headed in the same direction. That's just to keep my knees happy. Okay? We'll bring hands to heart. You might notice which hand's on top and alternate as we do this. Requires you to be real present. So we're going to inhale, open the arms gently, look up. And as you exhale, bring them back. Just have a neutral spine then. Open gently, look up. Bring them back to heart center. Let's try one more, open and close. Now we're going to open the arms, stay here. Look up. You might lift the arms a little higher on your next inhale. Stay here for the exhale. Maybe another little lift. Doesn't have to be high. Imagine all that ease and grace that's out there becoming a part of you. And then we'll bring those hands back to heart center. Let them rest in your lap. We'll heel and toe those feet back together. So they're back in a neutral position, kind of our seated mountain pose. There's about 1.5 fists distance between my big toes. Okay, moving to a little twist here. Let's take our arms softly wide again. And you see my elbows are below my shoulders. So this should feel easeful, right? This isn't work. This is easy. We're going to take an inhale, get taller. And as we exhale, we'll take the right hand across to left shoulder. And then inhale, open wide again, soft elbows, soft arms. Exhale, takes left hand across to right shoulder. Gentle movement. Now, you might decide to close your eyes, or you might keep them open. You can try both. It might be interesting. Now, the next time that we take that right hand across to left shoulder, we're going to pause there. We'll let our left hand come down and touch the chair. And we'll stay in this gentle twist. And then on your next inhale, we'll open those arms gently wide. And as we exhale, we'll take left hand to right shoulder, bring right hand down. Turn and look over that right shoulder or close eyes. And on your next inhale, come back to center. Float the arms back down to your lap. Pause and notice. Notice how that feels in your body. Okay. So we're going to make our way to standing now. Let's pull those heels in a little bit. They're about an inch behind my knees. I'm going to shift my upper body forward. So hinging forward at the hips, my hands are down. I'm going to push down into those feet so that I can make my way to standing. Ta-da! And then once we come to standing, you're going to move behind your chair. I'm going to move my chair so that it's out of the way, but available to me if I need it. So we know that we can always use the chair for support. We also could use a wall behind us for support. That's always special too. Especially some of these things might be better by the wall. So try them all, try them all. But let's stand up now. Let's find our mountain pose. Now, right now, my feet are about 1 fist distance apart. Let's push down in the feet to get a little bit taller. See how that feels? Yeah. And we're going to soften into the knees a little bit. Roll those shoulders up, back, and down. Yeah, make a few circles with shoulders as you soften and straighten the knees. I let them go down, my knees soften, and then I stand up. Make a few circles. And I like to go with my circles forward and back and down because we always can use some help keeping those shoulders back and down. Last one. Stand up tall. Feel the engagement of the legs. So we're pushing down into the feet. Engage the inner thigh, the outer thigh. As you do that so mindfully, you might feel a little lengthening in the spine. Yes, wonderful. Now, let's bring hands to heart again. We did this seated. We're going to inhale, open those arms wide, look up. Exhale, bring hands back to heart. Try that again. Last one, just like that. Stay here. On the next inhale, we might lift those arms an inch or so. Another one. One more lift. And then bring hands back to heart. Soften into the knees. You can move those feet around, wiggle those hips. And you might want to come behind the chair for this next one, bringing our fingertips to the back of the chair for that fingertip control. With our feet on the floor, and we're in our mountain pose here, let's come up onto our toes, lifting the heels. Notice how that feels in the calf muscle, in the shins, lower. Yeah. Give that a try. Let's let the inhale lift us, and the exhale is bringing us back down. Try two more. And then lower the heels. Pause for a moment. You can soften your knees. You can make any movements that let that feel good for you, right? Find the ease now. Find the grace. We're going to do that same sequence that we did with the option now of lifting up onto the toes. So hands at heart. We'll inhale, open those arms softly, perhaps lift up onto toes. Now you can always have one hand or both hands on that chair. That's up to you. And then bring hands back to heart, lower heels. Try it again. One more, open and close. Okay, now what if we come up onto the toes, keep the arms open, stay here. Again, one or both hands can be on the chair. Our next inhale might take us a little higher, both heels and arms. And you can soften a little on the exhale. Try it again. Soften. Last one. Lower the heels. Lower the arms, soften into the knees. Shake that out. Okay. So we're going to step for a warrior one now. Again, you can face the back of the chair and use that for support. I'm just trying to see where the best place is for my chair. We're going to step our right foot forward and our left foot back. Our right foot forward and our left foot back. So a standard warrior one stance, right? I've got room for my hips. My legs are as if on two train tracks rather than a balance beam. Skis would be another way to do it. Yeah. And then again, one or both hands can be on the chair, or we could take our hands to our cactus arms. And you see, again, my elbows are lower than my shoulders. What if we straightened our front leg? Let's take a breath in here. Maybe pull those elbows back, look up. And now as we exhale, we're going to bend that front knee. We're going to push those palms away, crossing right hand over left. Drop chin. Inhale, pull back, straighten leg. Perhaps look up. Exhale, push away. This time, left hand on top of right. Inhale. So a little movement in that upper back and shoulders. Now bring those elbows back. Keep them here. Bend front knee, warrior one. Let's turn the palms up softly. Again, one or both hands can be on the back of that chair. On our next inhale, we might lift those arms up a little bit. Stay for the exhale. Maybe another small lift. Lifting that sternum, perhaps lifting the gaze as well. One more lift. And then float the arms down. You can bring them to the back of the chair. Step that back foot forward. Pause, take a breath, notice how you feel. And we'll set up for the other side. So now we've got our left foot forward, our right foot back, left foot forward, right foot back. That front knee is going to be the one that bends. One or both hands, we know that, can be on the back of the chair. So you might be doing this, right? Alternating. Okay, so we're going to straighten the leg. We're going to take our arms to that real soft cactus, elbows below the shoulders. Take a breath in. As you exhale, push the palms away, left on top of right. You can drop that chin a bit. Inhale, pull back, look up. Exhale, right on top of left. Exhaling. Now stay with those cactus arms. Bend front knee. Let's turn our palms up, soft arms. On our next inhale, we might lift those arms an inch or so. Stay for the exhale. Find that ease, find that grace in this pose. And then we'll float the hands down to the back of the chair and we'll step that back foot forward. Pause, release, notice. Okay, let's take a slightly wider stance now. So slightly wider, these are my hip pointers, my feet are just to the outside of it. I'm gonna bring my heels in, my toes out, and sit into a little squat here. So if this chair were in front of me, I could have both hands on it. Another option would be to keep my back at the wall. Boop, there we go, back at the wall. So that's another choice for this pose. See what feels right for you. That's going to be where our squat is. And you determine how deep that squat is, right? You're the one. It might be here, might be way down. That's up to you. So heels in. My toes are turned out a bit so that when I bend my knees are tracking over toes 2 and 3, okay? Come on up. Can we take our hands to cactus? Take a breath in. Here's your squat. Here's your goddess squat. Yeah. Now we could straighten the arms, straighten the legs. Here's our 5-pointed star. I like to sparkle my fingers here, twinkle. And then come back. Goddess pose. This can be done at the wall. This can be done with hands on back of chair. Now let's stay in our little squat. You determine how deeply you go into your squat. Let's soften the arms, turn the palms up. On our next inhale, we'll lift the arms maybe an inch. Look up a little. Stay here for the exhale. Maybe another inch. Last one. Float the arms down. Let's straighten the legs. Circle the arms up into our 5-pointed star. Twinkle the fingers. And then float the arms down. We'll step our feet back together. Take a moment here. Notice how the body feels. Notice any areas where perhaps we're feeling easeful movement. A little more easeful than when we started. Okay, we're going to make our way back to our chair now. So you're going to probably walk around to the front of your chair. I'm going to pick this heavy thing up and turn it around and then make my way to seated. So once we're seated, I'm going to grab my blocks so that they're close by. I might want them later. Yeah, we're still at the edge of our chair. Let's connect our feet directly to the floor. Feet directly to the floor. My ankles are pretty much under my knees. Yeah, let's just do a little bit with the head and neck. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, let's turn the head to the right, maybe about half the distance you normally would. Just a little turn. And then come back to center, and then a little turn to the left, maybe half of what you would do. Come back to center. Now, what if we go a little bit farther to the right now, maybe 3/4 of your max, so nowhere near the edge yet, and come back and to the left. And if it serves you, you could close your eyes. I would recommend trying both. Come back. Okay, so let's try that again. So not the whole way, just maybe 3/4 of the way of your turn. And come to neutral and the other side. Come to neutral. Now this next time, turn your head just as far as it wants to go. Not forcing it, just taking it as far as it wants to go. So my head is turning right. I'm going to release my left arm down. Turning my palm to the wall behind me. I might make some tiny pulses that way with some interesting sensations happening in my neck now. And bring the hand back to the lap. Bring the head back to neutral. Pause here, take a breath. And now we'll turn the head to the left just as far as is comfortable. And release that right arm down, palm facing behind you. Take some tiny pulses here. Hand back to the lap. Head back to neutral. Let's drop chin to chest. Let the head be heavy. Let the back of the neck get long. And then we'll pick that head back up and we're going to slide back to the back of our chair now, connecting our feet directly to the floor or with whatever prop you have. So as I slide back, I need something so that I can reach the floor. Let's turn the palms up in the lap. The invitation here is to soften or close your eyes. And let's take a moment to allow all of that to integrate. All of that mindful movement, that slow, even breath, that ease and grace to become a part of us. And now we will wiggle those fingers and blink open those eyes. Perhaps stack palms at heart center and recall the intention that you set at the beginning of our class. And then we'll release the hands one more time. Connect the feet directly to the floor, directly to the floor. If you'd like, you can come back to our Dvimukha Mudra, gesture of deep relaxation. Deep relaxation. Good reminder. You can come back to this at any time, right? Sit up tall. Check in with how your physical body feels now. Notice the breath. And check in and see if we've been able to shift any closer to a sense of calm. I hope so. So we'll release our mudra, bring hands together at heart center, and thank yourself. Thank yourself for showing up to practice yoga today. And I thank you for allowing me to guide you. Always an honor to practice with you, my friends. Stay well. I hope you have a day full of ease and grace. I'll see you again soon.